Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Taimanin. Today we're gonna check another builds and tips, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So these builds and tips revolves around Torajiro and two other limited supporters. Torajiro is a really good supporter, but her role as a buff extender has changed dramatically since her nerf slash rework. So now she has a 15% chance to increase the duration of one of your buffs for 1.5 seconds, which it is not that great. I mean, it can be abused for sure, no doubt about that, but there's limitations to what you can do. And on top of that, you have to abuse even further a fast attacker or multi-hit attacker. But we're gonna use her for something very particular. We're not gonna abuse one single buff. We're gonna use it to extend the duration of multiple buffs, just by a little. But that's not the optimal thing to do with Torajiro. We're just trying to abuse other good supporters with this. And we're gonna be testing it first of all with Saika. So Saika is going to have one buff, only one buff coming from her skills, and that's going to be Takeover, which gives her damage increase. We're going to have a good skill that has multi-hits in the form of Shadowless Kick, and we use Moon Assault just to get speed increase. And which are the other two supporters that we're going to pair with Torajiro? Well, we're going to use Spinel, Red Riding Hood Spinel, and we're also going to use Francis, Wild West Francis. Yeah, these are limited options, but this combo, I'm gonna show you where is best to use it. Also, we have another source of buffs on the Megatamas, because this is going to give me a chance to get speed increase, which basically the thing that we want the most is speed increase. It is not perfect. It is, I mean, after the oh, it is horrible that it's 15, but yeah, after the nerf, this isn't as abusable. I mean, a 30 on the main would be perfectly balanced because you are locked into having this in the main, but Gremory overdid it with the nerf. So anyways, we can still abuse this, and you're gonna see how we do it. It is pretty simple. Francis is going to give you a speed buff each time you use a skill, but you can only stack it up to twice, and it lasts 8 seconds. So here we have the speed buff, and Spinel is also going to give me a speed buff for each buff that I have. So basically it is a good thing. Now let's see. She should give a buff on the active. So I become super fast, and I deal a good amount of damage. Unfortunately, oh well, Edwin become invincible, and there, nice, excellent. And I become very fast, and I deal damage, and let's destroy Edwin. Don't move, don't move. Yeah, Edwin isn't the best target for this because of the fact that he moves a lot. But as you can see, we become relatively fast with the speed buffs that I get from Magatamas, with the speed buff that I get from the supporter, and we can increase that even further, right? You're gonna see. It is still a bad idea to use someone who abuses buffs, like too many buffs with Torajiro, but there's still value in that thanks to what's the name? Thanks to Spinel, because you become even faster and you can do burst damage. Like this, perfect. And everyone but Edwin is gone. There. And I just destroy. Oh, come on. I just wait for my cooldowns. And let's use Torajiro and gone. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So you see that you become very fast, or well, fast enough with just these buffs, which are gonna be, let's see, 1, 2, 3 with the Magatama, 3 buffs. Yeah, it's the skill, the Magatama, and the supporter. So that is pretty good, but we can do something different. Let's test it with Ana Rose. Ana Rose is able to give herself a ton of buffs. So, how many buffs can we get? First of all, we increase the speed with Caja Hirako, and this weapon is going to give us a buff. It is a special kind of buff, but it's also going to increase our speed with Espinel. We also have the Magatamas, of course. Then we have, let's see, Yaksha Unbound, which gives you critical rate, critical damage, and defense. So that's pretty useful. Unfortunately, the cooldown is very, very long, which isn't the best thing in the world. If you want to use, if you want to drop Torajiro and put Francis on the main for this specific character, it is a good idea because of that long cooldown of Yaksha Unbound. And for skills, we're using Hyakuretsu Sen. We're also using Yaksha Unbound and Devour. Using the basic enhancer and Fang Strike is not that bad. Also, Madosen is a good option depending on what you want to do, especially if you have the 4th slot, but I don't. So I'm using this. And yeah, let's test it very quickly. So you're gonna see here that the enemies, well, my buffs are going to just disappear because there's just too many targets. So it is not the greatest, but being this fast is also very fun. As you can see, the weapon, the Magatamas, the supporter, the Spinel supporter that enhances speed based on those buffs. There's just too many effects here in place. And now, let's just destroy everything. Like that. Perfect. Devour. Come on, don't move. There. Well, I should actually wait to use Yaksha Unbound. Like... no! Yes, like this. To deal the most damage and also have the highest form of speed. But as you can see, Ana Rose isn't the best option because having too many buffs is not going to allow you to keep them up. But the speed is worth it because the fact that she has 3 buffs in one skill is extremely useful. I'm just going to clear the waves of enemies. And I do this and I evade. And can I? There. Nice. And damage. May I? There. Done. So, yeah, these are not the best, but there's two characters who really abuse this. The first one is gonna be a Spinel. We're gonna test it here. So I just load the Magatemas by doing this, and then I use, where is Spinel? Spinel. She has the wanted outfit. So I do this. So I'm gonna be using this item to increase my damage. Also, obviously, anti-demon Magatamas. And what am I going to do? So I could go with this weapon, but honestly, I don't have the 4 slots. And it would be best if I had water Magatamas, but I have them on Lapis, I think. Or I don't have the whole set of water. I don't remember for Anti-Demon. I'm not sure. But even so, having water would be way better. What we're going to do here is we're gonna use skills that increase speed. Only skills that increase speed. If you remember, Frenzy is going to increase our attacks and speed. Then Boulder Quake increases speed by 10%. Exploding Rampage on Grid increases speed by 20%, and Piercing Thorns increases speed by 5%. So, on top of that, we have Francis' speed increase, and we have the speed increase of all the buffs. So, it's gonna be disgustingly fast. This is so fast that it is difficult to position yourself and control the character. You want to be fast, but this is insane, trust me. So, this for HP recovery, because she needs HP recovery if you go green. And this one to reduce the enemy's defense so that we can deal enough damage. I don't know if I can do this. I cleared step 50 with this, but let's see if I can do 80. Like, I did it with a good time, so let's see. I think there is not HP, there is no Boulder Quake, come on. It's with this one. Boulder Quake and this one. There is no HP increase for the enemy, defense reduction, not defense reduction, damage reduction, anything of that. So that's great, that's great. As you can see, I'm dealing a pretty good amount of damage pretty quickly. And Spinel is doing most of the job. It is just hilarious to do this. And we do this and this and this, and I become extremely fast, and then this becomes pretty good. Come on. So yeah, as I mentioned, the 2 best characters are going to be Spinel because all of her skills are buffing speed, so it pairs well with Torajiro's chance, because you increase the duration and you keep attacking super fast, super quickly. But not only that, we also have another character that can abuse this. Let's see. Done. I'm gonna start by using the ultimate. And then just basics. And if you have the 4th slot, please equip the basic enhancer. It's gonna be just disgusting. The basic enhancer for Spinel is pretty good. Unfortunately, I don't have the 4th slot, but this strategy is just amazing. If you have the supporters, that is, because we are using 2 limited supporters. So yeah, step 86, you see? It is definitely, ooh, great. It is definitely doable. And the weapon, the Kana Blade, enhances blue. It also enhances damage overall, but we're not using the skill that enhances. That's what I mean. Now, the other character that is pretty good with this is, of course, going to be... Oh, here, Francis. So, what is Francis going to do? What does she offer? Well, Francis naturally gains two kinds of buffs, and that's why we use this one. If you have the Forge slot, we're gonna be able to use either the basic enhancer or Flame Flickle. Why do you want Flame Flickle in particular? Flame Flickle and any other skill that uses dash as an activation command is going to be able to activate on Berserk. Raging Shoot also activates when you're Berserk, so that's pretty useful because you get more stacks of Tipsy when you have the weapon, the revolving bat. When I say that activates on evade, not on hold evade, but just tap evade. This one, and this one. These two. Is there anything else that activates? Immediately after enemy attacks. I'm not sure of this one. Maybe it can activate, but I wouldn't recommend you to go full with those skills with Raging Shooting, Ricochet Frenzy, and Flame Flickle, just so that you can keep getting stacks when you're Berserk. So, we're gonna use Heat Crash because it's our main damaging skill. We're gonna use Demon Render because of the low cooldown, which allows us to use Intoxicate, and Raging Shooting because it gives us a damage increase, which is a very, very good buff. 2 damage increase, and well, that's kind of it. So we have 2 buffs. We also have 4 buffs, depending on how many, if we can use Tipsy and also Intoxicate at the same time, paired with those skills. We also have this buff, so it is pretty useful, and trust me, making Francis faster is disgustingly good and very satisfying. Just look at this. Look at this. So we do this like that, perfect, and shooting, and done. Look how fast she is compared to her limited set. With the Spinel, she becomes disgustingly good. I mean, you lose damage. I won't deny that. You are exchanging 1 damage supporter in exchange for the speed increase, but I think it can manage to do as much damage just because you're faster and you deal more hits while intoxicated. Okay, I didn't even need to go for a second intoxicate. Okay. Let's see. Can I? No, I didn't. And on, and on, and on, and 1, 2, 3, intoxicated. And look how she destroys everything! Yeah, because of that speed increase, she's gonna be able to deal more hits while intoxicated. That's what increases her damage. Well, yeah, it is pretty good. Just 1 round of intoxicate, and I'm able to beat this stage. So yeah, what do you think about this combo, guys? Not every character is going to be able to take advantage of this. First of all, you have to do a green build, which is going to limit yourself. Then you have to be a melee attacker because of Torajiro's effect, number 1, which only activates on melee attacks, and also because of Francis' damage increase, which is for melee attacks. So, yeah, that's gonna limit your options. You're not gonna have that many viable targets as I mentioned. Right now, the ones that I can think about are Francis and Spinel. But I don't know, maybe there are other good targets for this kind of combo. Let me know in the comments what kind of characters or which characters you can use to abuse this strategy. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you find this useful, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!